There is a very specific type of exhaustion that comes from the sensation of running late to your own life. It is the weight of feeling that everyone else got a head start while you are still lacing up your shoes. We often operate under an invisible clock, a synchronized schedule of societal milestones. It is an unwritten timeline dictating when we should graduate, when to settle down, or reach peak success. This gap shows how that anxiety is engineered. When the expected pace marker pulls away from your actual position, the distance between them creates a constant, manufactured sense of failure. To close that gap, we start looking sideways. We try to match the speed of our peers, accelerating our decisions and taking shortcuts to stay within the pack. This constant effort takes a massive physical and mental toll. You spend every day fatigued, sprinting to catch up to a phantom deadline that moves further out of reach the faster you run. Forcing yourself to meet an artificial timeline does not accelerate your actual success. It leads directly to burnout and misdirection. By continuously checking other people's speeds, you break your own internal compass. You end up abandoning the specific path meant for you because you are trying to navigate someone else's map. Eventually, the rushing stops yielding results. The milestones do not arrive any faster. The exhaustion peaks, and the feeling of falling behind becomes suffocating. But we can choose to stop. The entire race is built on a metric that ignores how things actually grow. The sensation of being behind depends entirely on which clock you are watching. If you look at the mechanics of growth itself, the delay starts to look very different. We often misinterpret timing as a test of speed, when the actual requirement is readiness. Without the constant pressure of urgency, we can examine the internal architecture of how growth happens. Every living system enters an active preparation phase. This is a biological reality where necessary foundational work occurs entirely out of sight. While the surface appears stagnant, roots rapidly branch out underground, hiding high-energy progress. This expansion creates a structural foundation to safely support eventual above-ground growth. Growing too large before these roots are established risks total collapse, failing from lack of capacity. This engineering phase creates the capacity to handle what comes next. Trying to forcefully accelerate a process with its own organic timeline creates friction. That friction causes damage rather than speed. The response to this friction is to deliberately release the pressure. You have to take a literal, physical breath. As you finally let go, the stored tension created by the artificial clock can begin to safely dissipate. This shift allows you to move from a state of frantic participation into a state of confident observation of your own process. Aligning with these natural laws of growth turns waiting into an intentional, active process. Looking at your current position through this lens reveals a different reality. Your life appears as a precise, unique unfolding. Those periods where nothing seemed to happen were actively orchestrating the exact alignments required for your specific path. This shows a guided trajectory. What initially looks like chaotic, delayed data points eventually organizes along a deliberate upward trajectory. Once you recognize your own trajectory, the utility of lateral comparison disappears. Other people are simply operating on different data points. You are growing, your steps are guided, and you are arriving as you become ready for it. Accepting that preparation requires its own time provides a clear way out of the illusion of the clock. You can finally move at your own pace,